Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm joined once again by Fifflaren. We're going into the third and final map of the best of three. Hopefully it should be a good one to go out on a bang. But you never know, obviously. A map that we were looking into, it seems like EchoFox overly, they're getting there, but their Cobblestone isn't a map they're really overly zealous on. Could be potentially an issue where they could really come in quite strong for Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, no, if you compare the two teams just on this map alone, then Liquid, again, are the clear favorites, just as Dust 2. But the way the Liquid was playing and the way EchoFox was playing, obviously, on that map, I'm not too sure. I mean, it's not like EchoFox, I think they played this map 4 or 5 times. Only one, actually they won 2. They won one versus Without a Roof, and I think they beat TSM on it, but lost versus Cloud9 and CLG quite heavily. Whereas for Liquid, obviously a much better map. I'm not quite sure in terms of stats, but I think this is a better map for them.
Yeah, it's one that you feel sort of Liquid overall as well. Is that extra structure where they should be able to come in a little bit stronger and sort of shut things down. But you never know. There's always that potential in there. So it's a risk that you sort of run. But for the sort of what we saw, especially on both of these maps, we sort of seen the tail on what they can bring to the table where it seems quite sloppy sort of on their T side. The structure isn't really there for both of these teams actually getting into it. Liquid, especially on Train, they sort of had everything locked down, but more so for EchoFox, especially on Dust 2 and maps like that, it seems quite limited. They haven't really been able to go over. Is this where they could sort of bring in? Do you reckon they have a lot more structure on a map like Cobblestone in their playbook?
I mean, the thing is about Cobblestone, if you look at all the top teams playing this map, most of the times it's essentially the same thing. You walk out towards B long, you execute, you kill people, and you get the bomb, then you win retakes or after plants. Then you switch it up a little bit and you do an A play. But most of the times it's always going to revolve around that B bomb site just to make sure that. So it's actually very important. So the reason why you have good T sides is because of the C side is not getting the picks that they need. Essentially everyone uses the same kind of strats. Yeah, you do have the fake round as well, but it was always revolve around that drop zone and obviously out that A long or B long, and that's when you're gonna have koosta and also respectfully on EchoFox, ShahZaM holding that spot, and it's gonna be up to these two to at least be able to hold them off a little bit, waiting for your teammates to come and help them out.
Yeah, they have to be sort of the catalysts into the round to actually kick everything off. We are going to be jumping into it in the pistol here. Armor basically across the board nearly for this side of EchoFox. 3 kits are going to be brought out. The one actually diffuse kit over on the side of Sean Gares, and then Rix with the CZ.
It looks like to be a little bit of a fake here. We're going to have 2 members from Liquid just running out. Maybe in 3 it's going to be an A split. Bomb going towards middle. Hiko trying to lurk there a little bit as well, gets caught off by Rix.
And there's that frag coming out for adreN. He will actually land that shot off on towards freakazoid. Absolutely fantastic stuff there as he takes him down. And they begin to unfold in towards that bomb site Nitro. With a nice little angle as well. You can actually see through this and shoot through quite effectively, but luckily Rix was switched on, did catch him out. roca is there to back him up. Begins to tiptoe around, but Nitro does actually get the open, attacks him down with a headshot. Fantastic, gets the dink off as well onto roca. He's risking it here as he drives by, tapped away the shot, and they actually found that frag, but didn't quite go in his favour. It's into a 2 versus 2 koosta. All depends on the peak, but it's not even going to matter. Somehow roca just straight through the wall, dinks him down absolutely fantastically as he spots him out through wood. He's just buying for his teammate now, but there again, once again, the wallbang's actually coming out. adreN this time was the one dealing the damage, but it didn't matter. EchoFox were able to get the defuse and pick up the round.
Yeah, I wonder if adreN actually thought that was the guy that was defusing the bomb, which doesn't really make any sense. Because roca was the one, obviously, that was very aggressive, getting that wallbang to begin with, because adreN had plenty of time there to peek after that 4th kill. But yeah, simply an A split essentially coming from Liquid with a smoke out towards B, just trying to cause some ruckus, and Hiko lurking in the drop zone. Getting the bomb down. Actually, Liquid here as well, they got the bomb down. Normally you tend to save. Here instead, you're going to opt for that B play. Kind of like I was talking about, it's going to be heavily favored towards the B bomb slot here, drop zone or B long, and they opted to buy here instead with a lot of nades, a lot of utility, with Tech 9s and armor.
Let's just slow stuff into this one. Looks like it could be a drop take to try and bring out that aggression if they want to go for it. Nothing too overly zealous just yet. Still a minute and 19 left on the clock as they just bide their time. The nade's actually rolling in off the back of EchoFox. Want to try and do a little bit of damage if they can. Isn't really going to go into their favour just yet though. Only one tag off actually onto Hiko, takes him down to just 83 HP, but now it all begins to kick off. They put it into 5th gear as they throw the smokes over. Want to try and go for this push as they divide the site into 2. He's off as well. Nitro really the man on the entry. Sean Gares on the close angle with the UMP in hand. Going to rely on him to actually get this frag. Obviously, this Tech Man's going to be so powerful. This sprinting play as Nitro fleets into the site. She finds the opener before he's traded off by Gares. Realising this UMP, but gets taken down with a nice shot straight into the cranium. ShahZaM on the site, spamming away with the MP7. We'll get a 2K. Great stuff, but it really comes down to the clutch situation now. In the crunch, 2 versus 2. We have the better Arsenal on the side of EchoFox, but still need to deal the damage and pack the punches. Koosta just trying to help out his teammate. The bomb does go down. Both these Tech 9s could still be so very damaging in this close range combat. They peek out. They find that shot on towards Rix. It's just left on freakazoid, P90 in hand. If he just goes for the spray and play, there is potential as they all start to line up for him. He gets one, but adreN was able to just barely hold on.
Yeah, great rebuy from Liquid. Again, a lot of utility hitting that B bomb site, and this pretty much what we're going to see both of these halves now for Liquid and also for EchoFox, where they waited out. They wait for EchoFox to waste all of their nades essentially. Even though you saw there on the minimap, Rix is actually very aggressive on the A halls there. He has no information whatsoever. There's no one there, right? But then so EchoFox even gets more paranoid. It's like, okay, use your nades, use your nades. Once that is all done, Liquid comes in with their smoke grenade push with the flashbangs as well, cutting it close by the end of winning the round, putting EchoFox on a save.
ShahZaM in this close angle. Still a lot of potential for him to actually do some damage, but really didn't go his favour into this one. Unfortunately, was taken down, punished by that MP7 spray. Nitro as well, towards the B bomb site. Looks like he wants to try and do the same. We'll actually find that frag on towards roca as he spams into him. It's going quite well. Easy pickings for the side of Liquid at the moment. There is still potential to do a little bit of economy damage more so than anything for the side of EchoFox. That's all they really want off the back of this. So they can try and scavenge a weapon and then really sock it to the man. Freakazoid actually does get that opening frag, but quick trades come back in. One onto Freak and then Rex following suit as well. Sean goes with the last man to hit the ground, and only losing EliGE into that, it's not too bad.
Oh yeah, no, not at all. But what's worrying as well, you had 2 AKs on the Liquid side, and they didn't really get a frag. The 3 SMGs got frags, and you saw there on Nitro, still keeping the SMG with 6.4k, gonna be able to just switch out his weapon next round, buying it off for koosta, and koosta can just drop his AK if he wants to, or if you just want to hold on to the SMG for a while. And yet another Eco coming from EchoFox here, decides to stack B a little bit. Quite bad that freakazoid ends up going down so early into the round though, when Liquid are just essentially just spreading out, just gaining some control, getting some information.
Oh, Nitro there, frag there as well. Just the flurry of bullets as he just runs down. Mouse one connects that headshot off. Going in for more as well, wants to try his luck as he jumps down off the back of broken wall. Gares unfortunately repositioning into that one, was caught off guard and gets put into an early grave. ShahZaM, if they're not aware of this, could be such a huge catalyst into the round as he just sneaks up behind Hiko, lands the headshot, wants to go in for more, does the peek, but couldn't quite back it up with a shot. And it just leaves Rix in such a horrendous situation, a 1v4 with a measly CZ in his hands. He most likely just wants to hold the angle, see if they try and push out for frags and potentially get a gun. That's really his best case scenario.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what he would do here. It's not that you can go for a push. You don't really have anything to save anyway. Just take a gamble, hold the position, and hope that they come. Now Nitro obviously flanked him, ends up going down, but for him nonetheless, we will see the first weapon round coming in from EchoFox here. Up on ShahZaM, obviously. We'll see Liquid actually opting to go with 5 AKs rather than dropping it off for koosta. With all the utility as well, all the smokes and molotovs as well. We'll see their approach here coming into round number 5.
That's very true indeed. Now they're going to attempt to play this one out. Freakazoid over towards Matrix. He's got an awful lot of vision in the smoke out as well to try and force them back off the back of the pot shots from EliGE. Just trying to make his presence known. Wants to plant that seed of doubt into the mind of the CTs, and he's done his job quite well. They're trying to force out nades from that side to make their lives a little bit easier later on.
Yeah, just very passive from Liquid here. And keep track on the amount of nades that Liquid have versus EchoFox. Obviously, they're on the T side, they don't really have to spend that much. It's only really flashbangs to clear some corners that they need to spend. And here comes one of the smoke rounds. I think they're probably taking this from NIP, where you have an option here of either just hitting the B bomb side from these or just faking A, or faking B and go A. But it looks to be like another B play here.
Yeah, this is fantastic as well. Literally divides the site into 2, completely zones out all the CTs, makes their life so much easier. But roca really is going to be the man at the moment. He's the frontline infantry. It's all riding on him to sort of get those 2 frags on the board to give them time to hold on. Nitro peeks straight into him. He springs the trap and finds that frag. Now he double it up. Still buying his time. Peeks out, unfortunately. He receives a shot straight from Hiko, taking him down. Another one rock as well. Gares popping out. trying to bring the fight to koosta, won't get the frag, but the instant trade comes in. Things are going so far south. freakazoid, who doesn't check this close angles as well, will be punished by adreN, holding it. Lands the headshot onto him.
Yeah, great round by Liquid. Again, we do. I can't stress it enough. We're going to see this again and again, the B play, and it's up to EchoFox to try to come up with an answer, even if it's just getting the entry in the beginning of the round. Just make sure that you have some control, because right now EchoFox playing it very passively, just letting Liquid essentially do anything they want. The smoke grenades will always be there, the flashbangs will always be there, but for them to even be able to run all the way towards the bomb site, to only find roca hiding in the gap of the smoke, even if he gets one or even two, they have full control of the site. And by then, it's the waiting game for Liquid. And EchoFox needs to retake.
Okay, here as well. With the counter boost play, unfortunately for him, he peeked out. Wanted to try and get a bit aggressive. The flashbang comes in, he's out in the open. He was an easy pick there.
I'm pretty sure the flashbang was, he actually missed the flashbang as well. I'm fairly sure it's going to go inside the door and ended up hitting the ledge.
It's such a shame that he sees Zed's in play by this close angle, by the broken wall from Gares with the backup of Rix as well. They do have the potential to actually find the frag. Hiko sneaking up. Will he spot out the back? Just peeking around, having a bit of a sniff in towards the site. Will spot out Rix. Takes him down here. Gares waiting for the right moment to spring. They go down, holding the trigger down with that CZ. Found the frag, but he's only going to get one before he gets picked off. EliGE will get the bomb planted, and it's just left on freaking ShahZaM. Both the P250s, they haven't invested much into the round. They might as well try and do a little bit of damage to the economy, try and find a rifle if they can, but anything's going to help them, as right now they're in a really horrendous situation.
Yeah, no, it's the same situation they were in 2 or 3 rounds ago, where they didn't really buy anything. They had P250s. Just getting a kill or two, maybe even possibly saving getting lucky to save, will help them quite a lot. But here's just the winning game for Liquid as well. They always have a fallback plan where you have, I think it's koosta, playing it very safe.
Nitro lands that frag on towards ShahZaM. Single bullet would take down freakazoid right now, so squishy, but still going to be trying to hold his ground, seeing if anyone will play into him, maybe suspecting that he'd run away.
Yeah, now you don't have to push any more Nitro. He doesn't have anything. You obviously save the AK. You could go aggressive there and just make sure he doesn't run for it. That's fine. But just don't end up throwing another gun away, because you want to get that extra frag. It's not really worth it. Yet another buy round coming in from EchoFox here. We'll see if they're going to change some pace a little bit. Maybe ShahZaM has a good spot towards... No, he doesn't. I was hoping that they would probably at least boost towards B long, get that initial. Okay, yeah. So that's what he's doing. Just getting some ground, even though you don't get anyone, just showing yourself. And you see their approach from Liquid, actually opting to go towards A now instead. And this is where it's very important now for EchoFox to gain some control of B long here. Just have ShahZaM station so you know that it's not coming.
Moving in to set up this pincer play and trying to barrage their way into the site and overwhelm the CTs there on the defense. They can tear down that wall and crack him. Really a massive play. This is fantastic as well. freakazoid getting placed in this elevated position. It's going to work out so fantastic. He gets that frag on towards adreN and the follow-up as well. The headshot on towards koosta. Starts taking damage from behind, and Hiko and Nitro just packing punches as they take down Gares and freakazoid. Absolutely glorious stuff now as they've mounted their assault on towards the site and actually secured it. 50 seconds left on the clock. They've got all the time in the world to play with before Nitro has to go through the plant. They begin to reposition themselves. ShahZaM comes in, AWP in hand, wants to try and get an angle if he can spot anyone out. Will actually spot out the arm of Nitro, takes the shot and lands it as well, but unfortunately for him, EliGE was there, ready to get the trade. That's so fantastically. It's still 2 versus 2. They've got a lot more utility on that side of EchoFox. They've got the all-important kits as well, but the thing they don't have is the man numbers. Everyone begins to fall. Rix goes down. roca jumps on the bomb, wanted to try and grab it, but Hiko spams straight through the smoke and is going to put him down.
Yeah, EchoFox with a good start to the round. freakazoid getting boosted up, they're getting 2 frags, and it was looking good, but then all of a sudden the sandwich was in place with Nitro and Hiko just running up from A ramp and also from A hall, just gaining control and getting the bomb site. 3-on-3 situation. Actually, EliGE selling out his teammate there a little bit, which is Nitro on the B bomb site, or on the bomb site as he was holding. Ended up getting that kill and yet another one. And for EchoFox, they're in the pickle right now. Yet another force buy.
Once again, towards broken wall. Seeing if anyone is going to push in towards his crosshairs, and he can try and strike on the irons hot, find that frag on towards Nitro. We'll just be holding out, wants to allow the push to come to him. Basically a one and done position there, and Hiko sticking his head in, trying to find out what's going on towards drop down as they get ready for this onslaught. Still an awful lot of time left on the clock. They baited out an awful lot of nades as well, so they're doing their job quite efficiently early into this on their T half.
This is something we haven't seen so far from EchoFox, playing a little bit more aggressive. Sure, this might get Molotov the way, but at least there's a possibility, if it doesn't, that you at least have a better position trying to hold off. Here we go, Molly. It's a little bit too short.
He's allowed to stay up on top of Olafmeister there and just hold out, wait for the push to come towards him. Cisco potentially playing towards their hand still. 35 seconds left on the clock, and they've actually shuffled off. This is going to be an A play with Hiko being that light for the backup. Have his teammate as well, and EliGE. Unfortunately, Rex is just taking down the opposition. Immediate 2K comes into effect. adreN and Nitro playing one as well. This is going fantastically. They've been able to barrage their way onto the onsite. They've got it secured. The welcome mat is there. They just need to warn off the opposition that is beginning to tiptoe their way back over. adreN with a close angle, just playing underneath. Just waiting to see if roca will peek. Talking about peeking, that's going to be Sean Gares. He walks straight to the crosshair of koosta as well towards mid. roca is there. Still, no reason to go for the over-aggressive face just yet. They will be able to counter it if he does. He drops straight down, lands in front of adreN. Allows adreN to get the frag, but luckily ShahZaM was there to trade it. Not going to matter though, as Nitro lands the headshot. Yeah,
again, very smart play by Liquid. It feels like they're more comfortable on this map rather than us too. Sean Gares with a great position from EchoFox, playing a little bit more aggressive on the B bomb site, gaining some control. You saw one Molotov from Liquid that forced essentially Sean Gares to fall back a little bit. There was another smoke, and then you just fall back towards A with a little two guys in drop zone. freakazoid ends up going down, was the only person holding A bomb site, and also it's just a clear way getting the bomb down in a 3-on-3 situation again. Actually, not even a 3-on-3, it was like 4-on-3.
Fortunately as well for Sean Gares, feels like if he just played off the back of the close angle, they potentially could have at least got a frag on the board, but went for the peak, didn't really work out in his favour. freakazoid also is going to get taken down. They couldn't quite do that much. They did knock Nitro down to 10 HP, and EliGE finds that frag on towards roca as well. A few of their players quite squishy, so if they try and keep this up and bring the aggression, they might get a couple of more frags. Just shave off a little bit of the buffer on the economy for Liquid. That's the best case scenario. Rix now, CZ in hand. They've allowed him an awful lot of map control to just sneak up behind him somehow, and he's doing a massive amount of damage. Gets the 2K.
Yeah, but so far, I mean, just looking at Liquid's economy, getting the 2 kills, you're going to have to win a lot more rounds to get him to save here. And yet, again, see, it feels like ShahZaM hasn't really done, yeah, sure, he is the top frag of the team, but getting those impact frags hasn't really happened so far in this match, I feel like, on Cobble, where he's not getting that entry, he's not falling back, he's not letting his team work around him. So I'm hoping that's going to change here now, because again, you're 8-1 down, something's going to have to change.
There's the opener as well. Sean Gares towards mid. This constant aggression going for the peaks, it's not really been working out in his favour. He does get taken down. Luckily though, they bring the scenario back into a level playing field. Somehow he can actually get sent off to the Burns Award. Not too sure how Rix was actually able to connect that one onto him.
Again, here you see the regular B play again. Again, this is where ShahZaM comes into play. ShahZaM needs to get at least 2 frags here.
He's quite critical. He's repositioning. Things could have gone so vastly wrong very quickly if they actually went to the play off the back of that and through the smoke. koosta finds the shot on towards roca as well. And now it really is crunch time. ShahZaM, it all rides on him. They begin to push around block as well. They cank him down from the sidelines, railing him down. Rix playing phenomenally so far into this game. It really does rind on him as he begins to tiptoe up behind. I was aware koosta was committed to planting the bomb, but couldn't quite get the frag. It leaves Freak in a ridiculously horrible situation, all up on a retake versus 1v3. EliGE on the close angle, just picks one single bullet to take him down.
Yeah, again, EchoFox end up going aggressive, koosta in the smoke, getting that frag, and even if he goes down, or even if he actually ends up not going down there, it's on ShahZaM there. Missed their first shot, gets pushed back a little bit, gets shot in the back, ends up going down, did essentially nothing that round. And it's one of those positions where you either get 1 or 2 or you end up dying right away. And for ShahZaM, just basing off how I played in those 2, that's the position you need to get frags on to help your team out. Great nades here. Oh.
fantastic amount of juices there as they rain down from above, and ShahZaM actually utilising the deagle as well with the 3K coming out. This is just glorious stuff. Absolutely juicy kills on this layer as he just rips his way for everyone one by one as they're upping themselves up. koosta 10 HP, stuck in a horrific situation, and Rix is going to be able to spam him down through the box with that CZ.
Yeah, and look at even the first the nades obviously did a lot of damage. I think it was 2 or 3 nades coming in, and Liquid just opting to basically rush B, and then the triple kill from ShahZaM as well, 3 1-shots. Great play by him. And then you see again, as I was talking about, I think it was on map 2, EchoFox seems to only rely on winning rounds, depending on hero plays, especially when they were struggling on train. Dust 2 was a little bit different, but now coming back to Cobblestone as well, they're 9-2 down, and the one round they won was essentially an eco with ShahZaM getting a 3-1 deeks.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. It does sort of just come down to when you're going to see players getting those barrels of impact frags, and it's just ridiculous that it's the only way they're finding their way through. freakazoid, if he actually went for this aggressive play, could have been fantastic. Held back and maybe just waiting on the sidelines. Fortunately, got a bit of a tag off. Wasn't able to compose himself to pick up the kill. And they've got the opener now. They've got a little bit more breathing room. They're slowly winning that battle of attrition, so they can just dial it down a little bit and work out what they want to do. Obviously, still 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, this is the time for Liquid as well, since they don't have the B control. They're obviously all in A hole. Just to stay and hold. Just make EchoFox nervous. Make them waste some nades. Make them possibly even fall back. This will land, I think, at window or in connector, maybe. They smoke the release Shahz, and you see they're falling back now as well. Team Liquid play, just make sure they stick together. Oh yeah, connector. As for EchoFox here, Gares with a pretty decent position, but gets Molotov out.
Spam coming in, Nitro. Don't even need to fire off those bullets there. Gares burnt to a crisp. Pushes up. Follow-up frag on towards Rix, but it's not going to matter as EliGE was able to do so. roca through the smoke, headshot on towards adreN, but it's just the Mexican standoff right now. Everyone's getting dropped. ShahZaM, all pinhand. He's very capable with this weapon. Will fire off 1 pop shot, but he decides it's probably best to just back out of there. Just does backpedal towards the B bomb site, wants to try and hold on to this into the following round. No reason to just throw it into the wind, really.
Yeah, no, especially now when you won their last round. Even though it was on eco, you're essentially getting a reset here in terms of the economy, and saving that off might actually do some good next round, because EchoFox will pretty much be on a save. Liquid playing it's extremely smart right now. You saw there just playing it very passively on A hall, and once they actually did make their push, just Molotov the whole site, just making sure that they're not going to get caught off guard anywhere. And that's exactly what happened. Gares had a good position. He gets Molotov off. Once he goes down, Rix is in a very bad situation. Right behind the APC here and basically getting sandwiched. He goes down, and the Liquid, again, pretty much a free win after that, getting the bomb down. EchoFox do afford a pretty decent buy, though, I mean, because they were saving 2 rounds ago, only bought a deagle, was supposedly just a regular save round.
That's used to the nades there as well, coming out from that side of Liquid, transferring a little bit of damage, but maybe a little helps a bit later on into the game.
Very aggressive play from EchoFox. You have 3 guys on the A bomb side in the beginning here, just falling back, but you do have roca and freakazoid in the A hall. ShahZaM as well. So they're actually taking a gamble here. You kind of saw something similar on Dust 2, where they took a gamble on one of the bomb sites and just stuck with it and hope that Liquid actually falls into their trap.
Yeah, seeing if they will be able to just run over them. Smoke going out. They've still got a fair bit of utility left. That 1 smoke still left on roca that could come into effect a little bit later on into this. Nitro on the entry towards B. If he isn't aware of Rix's positioning, this could be ridiculously massive. That elevated angle is so useful in times like this. Watching towards Olofmeister, it depends who's going to have the better reactions, who will catch each other out quicker. As Nitro just tiptoes around, jumps down, finds that shot off on towards Gares. Rix eventually will be able to trade it out. He has to drop down behind block now, but jumps straight into the shot of Hiko. This is fantastic stuff. ShahZaM on the site, caught off from the sidelines, railed down by the shot of koosta. freakazoid is on the scene, trying to cause a bit of havoc, and he's doing a fairly fantastic job. A 2K already. The targets are quite soft, weak, and fairly easy for roca to begin to reclaim the site, but it's still going to be ridiculously hard. EliGE on 9 HP. They haven't got that bomb down just yet. They need to go for these over faces, and they go for the mid-round boost as well. If they're drinking it up there and they don't spot him out, it could be fantastic. He spots the head, going for the one-taps, can't quite connect them. Needs to compose himself at this point. adreN dropping down, just firing towards Rock. He's getting so very tense, they have to cross to the site. It's do or die. Will barely get that bomb down. And roca just waiting for the peek. They're going to play right into him. EliGE waddles out. He claims the shot.
What was adreN doing there? He pulled out a sniper. I was running straight in front of him. I have no idea what happened there. roca playing it very good. He had all the nades to his advantage as well. With the molly, he still has a smoke and a flashbang left as well. Just if he ended up needing them, but the Molotov obviously came great because he forced EliGE to peek in the one-on-one. EliGE was very low already. adreN, not quite sure what he did there. But yeah, overall, Liquid actually, I was gonna give them props, but for the initial round there, it took it slow and then coming out, getting control, and then that one flashed Gares completely. He ended up going down, and then Rix was also flashed for like 4 seconds. Ended up being caught, and then for Liquid, then they know the positioning. They can just run out, ends up getting him as well. Great job by freakazoid overall.
It was some absolutely fantastic stuff on display. ShahZaM as well here. Going back towards Olofmeister, wants to find this frag. Just going to be holding out. They have to push into him. They've been seeing, an awful lot of heavy plays towards that B-bomb site early on in the round. If they keep up with this, he's going to be quite an effective counter.
Yeah, and this is something that we haven't seen before. There we go.
Catches them off guard. This slight change in the organic style of play that they're whipping out here. Gares as well towards mid. This is one of the first few times he's actually been able to get that opening pick with the aggressive face towards mid. It's going an awful lot better. Everything's coming up. EchoFox into this one. ShahZaM as well, still alive on the scene. Waiting to see if they're going to push into him, if they'll play into his hands as he just holds the ledge. Just watching out. This is there as well. They're just going for the pre-fire, just trying to tap into him. They drop straight down in front of him and he lands the shot. Fantastic stuff to kick it off. This round is going exactly how they want it to. Still 40 seconds left on the clock as well. adreN has the potential to go for the backstab here. He can get around the corner and land that shot on towards ShahZaM. He goes ridiculously well, but Rix had it covered, was able to pick him off. Just waiting as well. He's now the last man standing. Would have to deal with all 3 CTs. Still 20 seconds left on the clock, and still needs to recover that bomb. Jump straight down. He's not got many options left into this. Reloads that Kalashnikov, waiting for the peak to come out as he slowly just glides around. But from behind, Rix, still biding his time, was eventually able to pick him off.
Yeah, a great hole by EchoFox. Team Liquid, a little bit more sloppy on that run compared to the other ones, giving a lot of ground for ShahZaM to work as well. I like the approach there, because normally when you see the CTs holding there, you see the position that Rix was holding was actually the position that ShahZaM should be holding with the off. Just clearing the pillar, essentially. Instead, he goes very aggressive with the off, leaving Rix in that position, so instead where you can just basically hump the pillar and just gain cover, and it worked out.
Yeah, it really was that change to style of play. No longer as cookie cutter, it was in the prior rounds. It caught them off guard. It was very standard from what we've seen from EchoFox on their CT half. It's been nothing to write home about. So these little additions here and there, just changing up their playbook slightly, has been catching Team Liquid off guard. They've become quite complacent because of sort of how similar EchoFox have been throughout all of these rounds. freakazoid once again trying to defend side as the push comes out. Spamming away. Abundance of pot shots, and does actually force the CTs to back off, leaving freakazoid in an easily counterable position, but he makes a good effect out of it. We'll get that opening frag on towards EliGE. Eventually traded off by Nitro there, brings it back into a 4-on-4. This is going to favour the T's if they want to try and go for the push here.
Yeah, I really don't like the positioning freakazoid has had on these rounds. Every single time he's gone aggressive and Liquid has been there, he ends up going down. This round he did get one. Every other round he ends up just going down straight away, and EchoFox just lose members.
That's been a bit of a struggle. ShahZaM as well. In this elevated angle, he's been doing a great job so far. He's a little bit wide, and Nitro was able to best him off the back of it, came in and set off with his head. roca, fantastic job to land that headshot off on towards Nitro. He's just a 2 versus 3 now, taking a pelting of bullets as they just pebble dash that chicken coop area and doing a fantastic amount of damage. They also get the frag. adreN pulling the trigger with the AWP. Brings it back into a manageable situation. If adreN landed that shot, it would have been absolutely fantastic. He didn't quite realise the position of Gares either. Focusing so heavily towards Rix, and he can't quite take him down. He's given the time into reload, still jumping across. adreN struggling to land these shots. Just how unfortunate. The shoulder peek from Gares as well. He's still missing. They've both been allowed to slip round on towards block. If they can get into the site, this is going to be fairly easy pickings for them. adreN trapped, panicking. Absolutely anxious about the shots, needs to land them, but Rix is going to best him. He had the angle on lockdown, all he had to do was pull the trigger, but somehow Rix was quicker.
Yeah, I actually don't think that, because you saw there in the beginning when Gares was flanking all the way from mid towards B long, I don't think adreN actually spotted him. That's why Gares thought, because he saw him, and then that's why he fell back. So actually, essentially, EchoFox actually helped Liquid out there in putting the same two people at the same position. Now, obviously, a little bit unfortunate that adreN missed 10 op shots when they were retaking the bomb side, and then, you know, for Hiko, ended up peaking and ended up going down. But 10-5 scoreline, great half by Liquid. Obviously, you can see there the trend, EchoFox winning the pistol and then Liquid just rebuying back right away. You see that the B play coming into play, which essentially won them a lot of rounds, and then forcing EchoFox into changing their pace a little bit, getting the last 4 out of 5 rounds on the half. And now, obviously, we're going to see what EchoFox has to come with.
It's going to be quite important. I mean, early on as well, they need to try and pick up that pistol round. Overall, their pistol rounds have seemed quite effective. You know, you've got a lot of individually talented players that have all that skill behind them. They seem very effective in their pistol rounds. They have the confidence. They're able to land these shots. It just comes down to if they're going to be able to pull this one off. It's going to be quite vital as well. Obviously, we could see this balloon out of control potentially. There's an awful lot of chance that Liquid could find their way to 13 rounds quite easily. Oh,
yeah, no, for sure. And I mean, if you base it off of Liquid's pistol round, they ended up going on an A split essentially, and this is something that way before, like even when Cobblestone first came out, I think it was actually Pronex that came up with that round, and it's still in play now. And the reason why you see it more on pistol rounds compared to weapon rounds is because when you have weapons and stuff, it's actually a lot harder to gain control of that drop and just make sure you get your way there. But on a pistol round, you know, you have Glocks, you have Tech9, you just rush.
Yeah.
And it's very effective. So we'll see if EchoFox decides to do the same thing. They do have 1 smoke and 1 flashbang. A little bit of a last boss on roca with the Tech9 armor as well, or if we're just going to see a regular B push here.
Yeah, this could be very effective as well. Obviously, they can play into effect with these fully armored and dangerous players. They charge their way in. The Super Soldier's going huge. Roca with the opening frag and the follow-up as well towards adreN. Rix is going to claim that third as he lands that shot on towards EliGE. Koosta is on the scene, trying to cause a little bit of damage. Needs to ruffle up a stir, but roca is just dispatching everyone that comes in front of him. Eventually, Hiko is able to bring it back into a little bit more of a manageable spot, but it's ballooned ridiculously out of control far too early on. He's doing a grandiose job, though. 2k on the board already as he takes down Rix. And he got to deal with 2 more men. 17 HP left on him, USP in hand. As he just binds his time, hoping someone will peek into him. Gares looking like he could potentially. And he gets him down with the Glock.
Yeah, very fast play coming from EchoFox. The B long play with 1 flashbang essentially and 1 smoke grenade, and roca just going ham with the Tech9. And it's just so overall, pistol rounds on the T side here on Cobblestone, it's just very hard to deal with. Mainly because you have so many options and there's so many positions where, even on weapon rounds, you saw the position that roca was running at there, you can do that on weapon rounds even with flashbangs from your teammates and just drop down, go straight right, and then there's a big possibility you will just catch people off guard. So great pistol round by EchoFox, just again going very aggressive and just gaining control.
Yeah, once again, sort of playing to their strengths as well. We send they're one of these teams that when they go for that sort of explosive play style, they want to hit you with the more Wolfpack style ECS and just overwhelm you. They can do a fantastic job of it. It just seems like confidence has been a bit of an issue for them now and then. So returning to that older sort of style has definitely come into play there.
And here again, EchoFox playing it very passively. You have freakazoid just covering A hall, just making sure that even gaining some map control. Just see if you can spot someone. You see one, you're going to end up going down there. And here should be the call that, okay, there's at least 2 there. Maybe even heard the 3rd one. Let's push B here now.
Right, playing in off the back of it, trying to find these frags. roca just spamming away right now. To land the shots and can't quite do it. It's a bit of a shame. Eventually we'll be able to compose himself and get that shot off one towards EliGE, but they need to keep it up. adreN, he's doing damage, dealing punches with it.
There, I just killed 1. There's 2 more here. There's only going to be 2 at B. Just flash over and just hit the bomb site as fast as you can. Instead, it took
Eagle through the wall towards roca, brings it into a 2 versus 2. And that 10 on the Eagle up against the UMP. And the scout shrines on who's going to be able to pull the trigger first, and it will be the side of EchoFox, ShahZaM and Suen as they recover this one.
Yeah, a little bit slow there on the B push. Once freakazoid actually ended up going down there, I'm almost positive we heard both of them pushing into A hall, and that should be the insta call. But yo, I just killed 1. There's 2 more here. There's only going to be 2 at B. Just flash over and just hit the bomb site as fast as you can. Instead, it took a little bit longer to get the bomb site, and then you saw the remaining Liquid players just rotating back, and it looked a little bit scary there for a while.
Indeed, quite ridiculous stuff. That's been coming up. Now then, Liquid going to measly pistols onto the Eco. It's not going to be an absolutely fantastic round for them. They should be overrun quite easily by the side of EchoFox, but anything can happen. roca. Waiting to see if anyone's going to peek into him. Could actually get the opening frag into this as they're playing quite aggressively on Liquid. They need to spice it up. You can't really play these pistol rounds out like gun rounds. You have to go with that slight shock and awe style ECS, and hasn't really worked out. Unfortunate communication there as well. Rick's actually peeking in towards a flashbang.
Yeah, it actually felt like that flashbang took forever to explode though. I was waiting for it. I was like, was that not even a flash? And then pop. But yeah, Rick's just running out here.
Spraying around and frags across the board. Not really much they can do with the pistols. They've tried their best there. Did get a bit of damage off on towards Rick's, unfortunately couldn't find the frag. But even then, still getting taken down. That is going to be EchoFox picking up those rounds, but that is basically the end of the easy ones. The full one will be coming in. They are locked and loaded out on the side of Liquid, and this is where they really need to start shutting down EchoFox. They can't allow any more mistakes.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. And look at EchoFox's buy here. They're actually opting to keep the MAC-10 and the P90. We're probably gonna see these two players going very aggressively this round. And as for koosta, he actually had 4.8k, ends up buying an M4 with all the nades instead, just to try and hold the bomb site a little bit better. He is actually pushed down to a hallway here.
Yeah, going for the bit of the scout round. Obviously, if they lose, this is not going to be that detrimental to their economy, so it still gives them other options, and could be quite effective, especially that P90, depending on where Rex is actually going to play for it from. Yeah, going down towards drop down, it's a weapon that will work out quite effectively with that movement. You're going to be able to glide through the air, just hold down mouse one, potentially pick up a frag on the board, or just transfer a ridiculous amount of damage if you want to go for that more ludicrous style of play, and it will work out quite effectively. 9 times out of 10. koosta as well. Just going for the shoulder peek. Will spot out ShahZaM. Here's the AWP shot. Drops the smoke and does just back off. Tries to regroup with his teammates. Smart stuff in the man there.
Yeah, here we go. A split coming in.
This is where all this conflict is going to unfold. As you were saying, towards that A bomb site. The whole idea was to send those players through connector to disrupt the rotates from Liquid and really make their lives so much easier. roca. Snapshot actually comes out from Hiko to take him down. koosta with a shot on towards freakazoid as well. ShahZaM was trying to capitalize, shooting through wood, but couldn't quite connect that shot. It's down to a 2 versus 2. They only have 2 flashbangs left. They don't actually have a kit on that side of Liquid either, so they're going to be a little bit forced, a little bit rushed. The tempo has to be quicker than usual, and this could play into the hands of EchoFox. ShahZaM watching the cross. They're going to have to offer themselves up to him. The flashbang goes over, but luckily, no one is going to get taken down. They push round by the SWAT van. They need to jump around off the back of broken site as well. If they can get this frag off towards Sean Gares, it could be so easy for them, but Nitro's going to fall. EliGE panicking, not quite sure where the position of Sean Gares will be. I'll eventually find it, but it's just left on ShahZaM now. Peeks out with the AWP, misses the all-important shot. Rattling off the shots, the pop shots coming out from EliGE, couldn't quite do it. ShahZaM just forcing him to waste an awful lot of time there. They get away with a round.
Yeah, great job at ShahZaM. Just covering the crossover. EchoFox, it looked a little bit sloppy in the beginning. They were doing a little bit of an A split where they had 2 guys dropping down drop zone and 3 guys towards all hallway and middle. But it was very unsynchronized where the drop zone people actually hit the connector site maybe like 5-10 seconds too soon, I'd say. But Team Liquid actually didn't budge whatsoever. They knew they were there, didn't really matter, and then all of a sudden you did see that hit coming in, and great after plan.
This is nice as well. The counter boost play with koosta there, but unfortunately wasn't able to actually land that shot on towards roca, so it's not going to work out as fantastically as you'd really want. Waiting for this push to unfold, seeing if they're going to play into it. It's going over once again, wants to try and divide this site into 2. EliGE with a shot up on towards roca. koosta force reposition as well. He's actually going to go on the aggro play, straight through the smoke, lands the flick shot off on towards Sean Gares, which is fantastic. Brings it down into a 4 versus 3. Now just waiting. Getting over by path. The shot actually comes in off on towards freakazoid as well, taking down to 2 HP off the back of the Mag 7 of Nitro. This is fantastic stuff from Liquid. Just taking the fights to everyone that's in front of them and doing a great job. koosta with that flick shot off and towards ShahZaM. Just 2 men left standing. freakazoid is basically as good as dead at this point. Somehow he's still standing. Needs to get the bomb down for his teammate. Rix just trying to play near him. Wants to see if this push is going to come out towards the site. A little bit paranoid. Not too sure where the peaks are going to come from, but they begin to offer themselves up to him. adreN flicks over with a farmer, spams into him, and it's just left on freak. Getting pushed from both angles. Has to try and take the aggressive stance. Can he land the shot though? It really is all just riding on him. Peeks out with the USP shot. Comes in off of the back of Hiko, and that'll be the defuse.
Yeah, essentially the same smoke round as Liquid have. The difference here that compared Liquid to EchoFox's hold is that Liquid were actually very grouped up. You saw EliGE there, you saw koosta just working hand in hand, who's running through the smoke, and then EliGE was there as well, helping out. EchoFox got the bomb down, but I feel like Liquid actually held the grounds a little bit better. EchoFox were a little bit slow, obviously getting picked apart there, two people not getting the bomb down, and by then the smoke's already down. You don't really have great positioning. You're not in chicken coop. You're basically nowhere, and for Liquid, they definitely have the advantage there.
That's true indeed. Definitely a lot of potential. Loads of nades going down as they want to go on this aggressive play. Once again, Rick's just holding to see if there is going to be any potential counter blues coming out, but no one on that CT side will actually be going for it.
Same kind of default again here from EchoFox, where you have 2 guys in the middle and 3 guys working their way up towards B. And the guys in the middle here is obviously just to make sure that they don't push. It's an extremely hard angle to hold, mainly because it's one of those situations where you see a lot of counter-terrorists just push there in A hall, just get that entry and a fall back. So it's just very important that you stay alive and just make sure that you keep it covered so they don't push whatsoever, and then you can fall back. You can be a nuisance in mid, even lurk in mid if you want to. But here you go again, yet another drop zone play.
ShahZaM taking the charge up in hand. He does swing wide on the angle and actually land the shot, but adreN, he's going to be locked and loaded, ready to trade that out, which is fantastic stuff. Brings it back into a 4-on-4. He's into the battle of attrition. Does get tagged, but even then he's still able to reposition and actually get across to the site. Nitro coming into the effect as well as he gets that shot off on towards roca. freakazoid is going to hit the ground and things are going completely wrong for EchoFox right now. Rick's been on point throughout this game but couldn't quite land that. The absolute abundance of bullets, the Hellstorm as he just held mouse 1 for as long as possible before he falls down. It's great enough of a distraction for Gares to actually get the frag, but it's left him in a horrific little spot. A 1 versus 3, no nades to play with. Just an AK in his hand. He's going to have to try and reposition, just holding, paranoid about someone coming from behind, but they're not going to be there. They're all on the site. They've gone together as a trio. Maybe able to pick this one off, or will they accidentally let it slip? Unfortunately not for EchoFox. Hiko was primed and ready and found that shot off onto him. And there's the defuse as well from koosta.
Yeah, I mean, look at the teamwork there from Liquid on that round. adreN getting that first initial entry and then falling back, getting caught off guard a little bit, trying to walk around basically cube, and EliGE is there. He ends up smoking down drop zone, just giving cover for adreN to get another peek in. And just overall, just great uses of nades overall for Team Liquid and just helping each other out. And they seem a lot more comfortable on this map compared to, for example, on Dust 2 before.
True indeed. And unfortunate stuff for EchoFox as well. Obviously, they've not got Ronnie to play with. So they will just be into the eco here. The pistols in hand. They do have the upgraded weapons that could be quite effective in these close, tight angles, but it doesn't work out too fantastically until roca kicks into effect. Lands that shot off on towards Hiko. Nitro comes in as well with a shot off on towards Gares, and it's barely just trying to hold them back. They recover a few weapons as they just scavenge that M4 on towards Freak. They have a lot of utility as well. They try and hold off this push and that CT half, so it shouldn't be that hard as they just slowly pick them off 1 by 1, really just offering themselves up. Not much they can do with just ShahZaM left for the P250. Bomb a little bit in the open as well. Goes back to upgrade to that Tech 9, still a minute on the clock. You can get another frag here, that'd basically be it.
Yeah, and Nitro was just about to go down. Actually, the only person on Team Liquid that did not buy a head armor. A little bit risky, ends up getting gushed a little bit, stays alive. I actually thought the koosta would go down there as well. When you see they're getting caught off guard on a hallway, missing the shot, going down towards the mid area. If EchoFox would have pushed him there, he was all alone. He was completely stuck, nowhere to go. Then he would have ended up picking up an op, could have played the long angles, but instead, you end up just going a hallway, and that's where you have the sandwich from Team Liquid. Nitro was already there, Hiko was already there, all of them was there just waiting for you to come out.
Yeah, just ready. Fantastic stuff as well. We've seen that with Liquid sort of more so than EchoFox. When it seemed to be that, you know, they'd get that opening frag on the board, they'd play off the back of it, go a little bit too headstrong and actually continue pushing. 9 times out of 10 that had forced them to lose that advantage that they held, and then even then just give the terrorists far too much map control to allow them to leak into the bomb site. Whereas Liquid, they get that opening frag, they play back, they play off their mate and don't get overly zealous, and it's worked a whole lot better. You can see that just sort of playing through potentially the more sort of structure and the communication come into effect.
Yeah, I mean, now I believe it's a tactical pause coming in from EchoFox here, just trying to figure out what to do here on their T side. And one thing you want to go back to here, okay, what has actually worked? And one thing you should always fall back on is the B smoke rounds that you have, that pretty much every single team have, because despite the fact that yeah, you ended up losing a few rounds on that, it's an extremely hard position to play as a counter terrorist, because like look at adreN, for example, when he was trying to, yeah, this is the, I think that was the round where EliGE helped out adreN. But there's not a lot of corners to actually hold, especially if you have Molotovs, you do the smoke round, you Molotov away chicken coop, and the only real position that CTs can play at after you clear out plat is behind the bomb site. And if he ends up going down, then you essentially have the whole bomb site, and that's when you need to be fast. You need to get the bomb down right away. You can even boost on the pillar if you want to. Once the Molotov fades and the chicken coop, you have position there as well, and then you just spread out. Then you just hold the angles and you wait for them to come. We haven't really seen that from EchoFox so far. We've seen them try it out. A little bit slow, not really using the utility of the Molotov so far. And if that's the reason why, because you do it a little bit too slow, then do it fast then. Molotov off plat, and they just Molotov chicken coop, and then just hit the bomb site. Do the smoke round as well with the flashes.
And don't forget, guys, if you're enjoying yourselves now, you can enjoy this live at the Wembley Arena. You can pick up tickets for that at wembley.com/CSGO League. That's not the link at all. I've done that wrong.
Did you mess up?
So yeah, it's all gone wrong.
It's okay. I mean,
it's wembley.csgoleague.com. That's it. There's no slash. See?
You nailed it.
We were close, right?
The thing is,
almost there. That was basically the amount of effort that EchoFox put in.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. Subtle,
but
it's okay.
A little punch.
Yeah,
punch to the kidney.
Yeah, no. But did we get confirmed it was a tactical pause, by the way?
I believe so.
Okay,
I think so.
I think it is. And but like I said, just come in here. It has to be from EchoFox, obviously. And another approach you can do as well is if you don't want, if you don't feel like hitting the B bomb site, why don't you just do the fake round then? That everyone pretty much have in your arsenal as well. You can do the fake round. You can do like Liquid did, do the fake round, do A split, for example, which again worked out for EchoFox. So you have a lot of options here. It's just a matter of, well, how much money do we have to work with? I'm looking here. They do have Molotovs. They do have smoke grenades. They essentially have everything, and up on ShahZaM as well. And we are live. It's going to be interesting to see here what they actually spoke about during the timeout.
Yeah, if that's actually going to come into effect, and it'll be very evident what they've actually changed up into this round. It needs to be a big game changer, as things were starting to slip away from them quite quickly. They have to make the decision making now to really get themselves back on track. Hiko playing on the close angle towards Broken Wall. A lot of this round is going to ride on him if they start to overwhelm him and go on the aggression towards that B bomb site. ShahZaM is there, AWP in hand, just trying to find the pick. Wants to just go for the contact play. Basically, the contact hook. He's going to try and get the opener, and they'll react off the back of it if he can find it.
I like this play so far from ShahZaM. Just hold the corner, wait for him to peek. Once the smoke comes in, or even the molly, then you can wait a little bit more. If there's a smoke there, that's when you can even, yeah, here we go. You can walk out over there if you want to as well, take a gamble, or if you just want to fall back and just set up for the smoked round. Completely up to you. And it does look like EchoFox are just falling back, just preparing for that B smoke play.
X towards drop down. He sticks his head out trying to find that frag, but it didn't quite go in his favour. Very unfortunate stuff there, but luckily ShahZaM got the opener towards that bomb site. The contact play paid off. Hiko towards Broken Wall, doing his job fantastically. adreN's going to come into the action as he shuts down Gares, taking this push out of action before it even kicks off. Absolutely fantastic. Just koosta and ShahZaM left the AWP battle, but ShahZaM will best him with just a few bits of HP left. 13 HP. He found his way through, and that is fantastic. They had to come in strong into that one, and they were able to do it.
Yeah, I mean, they essentially did the play there. It looked a little bit scary when you had two Liquid players in the drop zone, and by then, because they were already planning on pushing, it's actually pretty smart by Liquid, because even after they ended up going down, even one of the members, EchoFox had no flashes left. So everyone on the Team Liquid side holding that bomb site, they were not flashed by the time EchoFox came out. Here, I think we're going to see a very fast play here now. I like this. Mixed up a little bit.
This could actually catch him off guard, but EliGE played like putty into their hands. Jumped straight up. roca as well. Fantastic. The entry with the Galil coming out, nevertheless, as well as the weapon of choice. adreN on the defense. 2 frags. That's vital. He really was the catalyst. He has to try and keep this round together. He's done his job absolutely amazingly. Now it's down to to a 3 versus 3. Rix will get that bomb planted. ShahZaM is given enough time to reposition as well. He has the AWP. He wants to stick over here by Olaf Meister. It's really going to be the most critical spot for him to actually play from. He's able to back off, leaving roca on the scene. He's already done an awful lot of damage into the round, but can't do any more. He gets taken down. ShahZaM's going to get overwhelmed, and Liquid are going to be able to pick up round 24.
Yeah, great double by adreN there. I mean, roca with the 2 entries there as well. Feels like the run should have been over already back then, but you still have one member to worry about, which was adreN getting that double kill in the beginning. Ends up on a 4 kill. EchoFox there. I like the fast pace. You get the 2 entries as well. You gain some control of the map. That's where you can actually calm down a little bit. Use your nades, because you didn't really use any nades there. Not a single flashbang, nothing. You just end up getting the 2 kills, gaining control. But then even after adreN gets the 2 there, it's a 3-on-3 situation. You still have time here to throw down some smokes, get the bomb down, and play the bomb side rather than just ending up getting picked apart.
What seems very weird as well is EchoFox, they're a lot more aggressive. When they actually go for a lot more aggressive plays, it works out a whole lot better, because when they go for the slow defaults, they don't really force out any nades. They don't waste utility from the CTs, so they basically just waste clock that hurts them more than anything. But this time around, returning platform with the aggressive style ECS, charging up towards the A-bomb site. Koosta trying to reposition. He got the no-scope off, but couldn't quite get the follow-up. And Rix is doing an abundance of damage into this one. He's the last man standing with a weapon in his hand. Does have to try and drop that, switches out to the AWP. But what can he achieve into this one? As they just wait out, EliGE, 14 HP. Begins to just back off. I mean, the thing is, they've got a fair few rounds on the board. They've got a bit of a buffer.
It is so smart from EchoFox. Sure, they're extremely low, taking a gamble here. This is what Fnatic actually does really well, where they get into a situation where then they just sit and hold, just having the CT second guess themselves. And that's exactly what happened for Liquid here. EchoFox, they haven't done anything. They haven't made a noise. They haven't thrown any nades. They've just been stationed there, and it just got Liquid actually extremely worried.
Yeah, so it really has sort of put that second doubt in their mind. They have no idea what's actually going on into that one. They finally work out off the back of the audio queue. They have to reposition and go up towards the A-bomb site. ShahZaM holding the angle. Tech9 in hand. Let's see what he's going to be able to achieve with that as EliGE. Sniffing around, will walk in, he plays into him immediately, just goes through, doesn't check the angle. It's a blind spot there, he's gone down. And now it's just left on Nitro, a 1 versus 2. Rix, 19 HP, ShahZaM fairly low as well. The Molotov goes in, forces him out of position. He's got really no time in his favour, glides around like an acrobat, gets both of the frags, but he can't defuse the bomb. How unfortunate. EchoFox, genuinely great stuff on display there.
Yeah, no, again, getting the entry, a very fast pace. They were in a pickle there because, again, they were on a very, very limited buy there after losing the round before that. But again, we see another strong buy, and for Liquid, it's gonna cut it close again. Very low on money, only really Nitro that will have a weapon this round. Everyone else should just straight out save, because it's gonna be close. Now it's very important for EchoFox as well to just stabilize here. Just make sure you don't end up falling unnecessary, and just play together, and don't lose to, like, for example, a low buy like this.
This could be very detrimental. It really would put them in a horrific spot if they don't actually somehow link these rounds together. You do a round they should be able to. Obviously, these pistols are only really going to be effective in close range situations. Nitro trying to get a bit aggressive there. Didn't really work out fantastically. freakazoid was able to spray him down with the AK-47. EliGE as well, playing under broken wall. If roca goes for the push in towards the site, doesn't clear the angle perfectly, he might get a bit lucky and find that headshot, but roca is going to readjust. Saw him trying to jump up there and took him down. Meanwhile, on that A-bomb site, everyone is just getting obliterated on the side of the CTs. Rix doing a fantastic job of clearing it all on his lonesome. And the last man to go down will be adreN. EchoFox keeping this ball rolling now.
Yeah, and based off money again, like, it's going to be a double save here from Liquid, or they should at least. They should not take any gambles here whatsoever. They can buy like a little bit of utility, maybe some pistols. Just keep your money around 2.5, because then you're going to be able to buy next round anyway. And as for EchoFox, obviously, like, just look at their arsenal right now. It's important for EchoFox again not to make the same, or not to make that mistake again now, where they believe that they might be buying, getting caught off guard. Because freakazoid he has a bomb here.
Yeah, he's trying to entry on his own. He does get away with it, but a very risque decision to make. Somehow, he's going to be able to back it up. I'm not too sure what the decision behind that was. EliGE playing close by, has been able to pull off the counter boost. He's on the close wall. So if Gares did go overly aggressive, he could find the frag. He's paranoid. He's aware that this is going to be the case, though, and he clears the angle. Should take him down, yeah.
He did. He just fell down before. I think he heard the step. I went to clear it, but actually ended up falling down. Again, great job by EchoFox here. Not, I think this is, unless Hiko gets someone here. Otherwise, yeah, it's the second round in a row here. Second round in a row here where EchoFox did not lose a single member. And I believe this is a technical pause or a tactical pause coming in from Team Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, this is where it sort of gets that close situation. They don't have a lot of time left into it. It is sort of now or never. You can't sort of make these mistakes that have come into effect. It looked like they had everything there. Well, the building blocks were in play. It looked like a smooth transition for Liquid, but now they've started to seize up. They can't really find the answer to this. Is this sort of the aggression that EchoFox have started whipping out now? It seems like they've sort of got that win behind them again, and this has been the game changer. They're not really too sure how they counter it.
I mean, the way, basing off of all three maps here, the one thing that I'm going to give EchoFox is that I feel that their individual players are a lot better right now than Liquid. Whereas for Liquid, they have a lot better teamwork, they have a lot more synergy. But when you have a team like EchoFox and they're playing so aggressive and they're getting these positioning, with ShahZaM playing great, then you need to rely heavily on your star players from Liquid, because sooner or later that synergy and the team play won't really work. And obviously Nitro's playing great now as well, but you know it goes back to like on the T side as well, where or on the EchoFox T side when I was talking about ShahZaM, that he needs to step up. Here is the time where koosta needs to step up.
Yeah, it really does sort of, you know, everything has to come into play. They don't really have too many answers for that. And by the way, guys, just a little tidbit to let you know what's going down. Obviously, TSM versus Cloud9, the second best of 3 today is already underway. We're going to be jumping into that as soon as possible. The maps for that will be Inferno, Cobblestone, and Dust 2. So very similar map pool to what we have going on here, but with Inferno in the mix. So it should be quite an interesting one to catch on. We'll be coming into that. It's currently 3-0 towards TSM, so a good start for TSM into the first map there on Inferno.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of, do we know which site they started on? Okay, start T side and 3-0, so they won the pistol, so it's a good start for TSM. Hoping that this game will end quite soon so we can catch the game of Cloud9 versus TSM as well.
Yeah, obviously it could be an interesting one to see how that's going to go down, and this should be coming to a finish quite soon here with a 14-13 scoreline. I mean, it's looking like really there is a lot of potential for EchoFox to actually find their way through. I think they have a very solid chance at this point. If they continue playing like they are on the side of Liquid, they're letting it slip.
Yeah, no, I mean, the thing is, scorelines like these, especially from when you're on the leading stand, you're on CT, you have 14 rounds, and your money bonus is actually about to, you know, get maxed out, right? So even if they lose, let's say they lose this one, they can still buy next round, and you could potentially even see an overtime here. Yeah,
there's a lot of sort of chances in there because this all-out aggression that they're going for as well. Earlier on, when this is what I was saying, the sort of the point behind the fact they were playing that sort of slow CS style, obviously sort of the Na'Vi style, and you want to generalize it in that sort of simplest way. It is where you just want to force out the nades early on, you try and run the clock down to the best of your advantage on that T side, really play it into your hands, sort of that standard CS. But EchoFox in the style of CS where they play that, they're not really going for any information, they're not forcing out any utility from the CT side, so they just bring this as a negative onto themselves when they have to rush things into the site take late onto the round. When they go for the all-out aggression, they've got the star players to back it up. They've been getting barrels of impact frags. Roca especially, even when that entry towards the B bomb site, he had a Galil in hand, somehow picks up 3 one-tap Galil headshots, just going sick, and you've seen this where you've got all this confidence, but when they're restricted and put on a leash by Sean, it seems like everything starts to fall apart a little bit. Where they're given a bit more free roam, he micromanages in that sort of style, it works an awful lot better.
Oh yeah, no, and I mean, that round you were talking about there, actually, yeah, you're completely correct, where Roca just runs out. There's no nades coming for Liquid because they're saving everything, expecting that slow B execute rather than, oh, we're just going to hit it fast. That was good. The later stages of that round was not good, and that's something that, you know, for EchoFox as well, something you can talk about now during that timeout. But we are live once again. Team Liquid obviously on a buy, yet another off on koosta. Again, he's circling around that A side, gets that entry on ShahZaM. That's a good start.
Yeah, fantastic stuff to kick this round off as they actually pick off that man. He's been quite a fantastic player into that side as well of EchoFox, landing the frags constantly, being able to get those openers. So taking him down is going to be quite a vital opening pick for Liquid if they can keep it up. Quite a vastly different setup actually coming out here as well from Liquid. They've been spicing it up a little bit, trying to counter the actual picks.
Yeah, falling back here now, EchoFox obviously with the deficit. I think this is the best approach that they have here. They do have, actually they only have 1 smoke left, 2 Molotovs. So it's going to be a little bit hard no matter what for EchoFox. It's looking a little bit grim. It's going to rely heavily on getting those entries on the bomb site. Possibly even an expo flash here from Sean Gares. Just trying to sandwich the B bomb side players.
I like to see the fact that tree boost is actually coming into effect as well. For Liquid, it is going to be quite a power play. One of those you sort of whip out occasionally when it's very much needed. Nitro on the aggression does actually find that frag on towards Rix as well. Flashbang goes over to buy him a lot more time. There was going to be that straight up push coming out from EchoFox, but he's been able to disable that for the meantime, try and slow it all down. Sean Gares as well, so unfortunate. Popped out from drop down, trying to do an awful lot of damage. Didn't quite go in his way. Freakazoid with a 2k, but it's too little too late, and that's going to be the 15th round picked up by Liquid.
Yeah, and this is where it becomes very dangerous for Liquid even. Just making sure that obviously you want to buy out because you want to win the game, but this was talking about the potential overtime that we might see. For EchoFox there, Koosta getting the entry, it just really messes up the whole round for EchoFox. Didn't really have any smokes to play with on the B execute. They only had one and a bunch of flashes. And when you don't have smokes and we don't have nades, getting that B bomb site, it's just so difficult. Was that a team nade? It was, right?
I think it might have been. I'm not too sure.
Fast play again.
As well. Unfortunate for ShahZaM there, actually being caught out in the fire. He's put down by EliGE. Nitro with that frag off on towards roca as well. Sean Gares trying to do some damage with his AK-47, but isn't really going his way. The spam coming in from the farmers just absolutely ripping through everyone in front of him. This is just fantastic stuff. Rix on the scene. AK-47 in hand, the smoke goes down. Getting absolutely pelted through the smoke though. He's going to try and cross. Isn't going to work out. Gets tapped into the head. Taken down. That's a 16-13 scoreline. And he is going to hit the ground.
Yeah, EchoFox again trying with that very aggressive play on that B bomb side. Again, you get out, you get your positioning, and that's when some more flashbangs or even some smoke grenade comes into play. And instead, you still have that nuisance of a player from Team Liquid behind the bomb site, just creating noise. And by then, you can't plant, you can't do anything. And then Team Liquid obviously have a lot of time to just get their remaining players to rotate over. And that's when EchoFox are in trouble. And that's exactly what you saw there. But I think overall, it was. I think this was probably the best map that we've seen so far today, mainly because you showcase some of the players, but you also showcase the terrorist side on both these teams. And for me at least, sure, it might have been 16-13, but Liquid overall throughout this best of three looked like the better team to me.
Yeah, definitely a lot more structure there, seeming like the better team overall at CS. But nevertheless, it was some fun game to actually kick the day off. We will be back in with the second game, which is going to be TSM versus Cloud9 as soon as possible. We're just going to go for a very short break, and we'll be in there with the action.